Yo, what is good YouTube? I'm Richie Kim, and today I'm going to be bringing you all the performance review on the New Balance Kawhi 4. Before we get started, if you all enjoy sneaker content just like this, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button down below, and also hit that bell notification button so you never miss another video just like this one. But anyways, let's get right into it. As always, starting off with the traction, the Kawhi 4 features like this line traction pattern, and it's basically like part of a radial traction pattern, I guess. So you get these lines in like almost a circular fashion that come out from like the center point where you can see like the carbon fiber shank plate, and that's in the forefoot and in the heel. And the traction on here is pretty damn good. If you are playing on your clean courts, you're gonna have amazing traction. You're gonna be able to stop on a dime, and it's gonna be really, really good. Even on dustier courts, traction was still good. You do collect a little bit of dust, and if you do let the dust accumulate on those dustier courts, you might slide to a stop. But you know, I never slipped out or anything. I did experience some sliding to a stop, but the slide was also very minimal. So yeah, I mean, just keep that in mind. If you are playing on your, dustier courts, make sure you do the occasional wipe, and you all should be good to go. And if you're playing on these clean courts, be ready to, stop on a dime because the traction is really, really good. So moving on to the cushion, the Kawhi 4 features a dual density fuel cell setup, and I'm not exactly sure what type of fuel cell they're using, but what I can say is this shoe is extremely comfortable. When you put these on and you walk in them, like, they are very, very plush. It's just a very comfortable feeling shoe. I do think that you do lose a little bit of the, responsiveness and court feel because of, the plushness of this cushion setup, but you also get a little bit of bouncing here as well. You get a good amount of impact protection. Up in the forefoot, it is a little bit more dead, so you do get a little bit more court feel as compared to the heel, which is, obvious that's gonna happen. But yeah, I mean, if you want like a pretty good blend, maybe leaning more towards like the impact protection side of this, of the cushion spectrum, then I would say the Kawhi 4 is amazing. For me, I do like a little bit more responsiveness in my shoes. So me, I do like a little bit more responsiveness in my shoes, but I think this is a great shoe to play in. Even though I do feel a little less responsive, I still felt pretty damn quick, and I can't get over how comfortable the shoe is. So yeah, for me, I really did enjoy the cushion setup in the Kawhi 4. So moving on to the materials, New Balance states that the Kawhi 4 features a full engineered mesh upper. So pretty much anywhere you see this white material, this white textile material, it's actually an engineered mesh. And although I don't think it feels like that premium, it gets the job done in terms of the performance just fine. It does have a lot of supportive features, and I had absolutely zero issues with the materials. You do actually have like these fuse or plastic overlay areas on the higher wear areas for added durability, like this toe box. You also have that same material around where the eyelets go, just to make sure those areas are reinforced so you don't rip through the material. And you actually have that right here on the midfoot as well. As you wrap around to the back, you do have like this plastic external heel counter, which obviously does its job. As you move to the tongue, you basically have like a mesh tongue with a decent amount of padding. So if you do like to crank down your laces, you won't really feel the laces digging into the top of your foot. So yeah, I mean, overall from a material standpoint, I do wish the materials felt a little bit better because, these are a little bit more expensive of a shoe, but in terms of the performance, it gets the job done very, very well. So moving on to the fit, I would say that the Kawhi 4 does run true to size. I'm a slightly wide footer. I went true to size, and I felt pretty damn good in here. Maybe just a very, very little bit of pressure up in this midfoot area. If you have really wide feet, you might want to go up a half size or just opt for the wide version of this shoe. Narrow footers, standard footers, slightly wide footers, I think going true to size is going to be your best bet. The materials do a pretty good job of lying right over the foot. I would say there is just a little bit of dead space up in the toe box area where the tongue kind of meets like, the toe box area. But yeah, I mean, besides that, I would say everywhere else is very, very snug. It felt very good. One thing I will say about the fit though, and maybe it's just me, I don't know. So if y'all can see, this forefoot portion kind of like protrudes and curves like inwards. A little bit more than I would say other shoes, maybe. So I felt like it didn't fit my foot shape as good as other shoes. And you know, it kind of just like skews inward a little bit, and it felt a little bit weird, and I felt like there was maybe like a little bit of extra toe space over on this side of the shoe. But you know, maybe it's just me, and it didn't really hinder the fit or anything like that, but it is just something I noticed in terms of like just how it fit on my foot. But yeah, even besides that, overall I would say that the fit in the Kawhi 4 is very good. So moving on to the support, I thought the support in the Kawhi 4 was very, very good. One thing I will say though is I had a very, very minimal heel slippage. It just felt like my foot wasn't completely secure, but I never had any issues with the actual like secureness of my heel. It's just like this weird feeling, right? But yeah, I never actually had any instances of my heel slipping out. So I will say that the heel slippage was very, very minimal. As far as side-to-side movement on the footbed goes, I didn't have any of that. You know, the materials do a great job of making sure your foot is planted on that footbed. As far as the lateral movements go, this is a, you know, fairly wide base. This really doesn't have like a true outrigger or anything, but even on those hard lateral movements, I never had any instances of, you know, I was gonna roll over the shoe. So yeah, I mean, lateral stability was good. And then in terms of the torsional rigidity and stability, this is very stiff and rigid. You do have an internal shank plate. I'm not sure how far up and down it goes, but there is one present in the shoe, and it does, you know, definitely stiffen up the shoe. So yeah, I mean, overall, in terms of the support, I would say that the support is good. Let me know in the comments down below if you have played in these and you experienced like that very, very weird minimal heel slippage feeling. But yeah, I mean, like I said, besides that, the support is really good. Even including that, support is still really good. So the Kawhi 4 retails for $160. And for $160, yes, it is a little bit more on the expensive side. However, I still think that the Kawhi 4 is a very good performer. The traction is very good and the cushion is good. And overall, you know, this is just a very overall good performer. The only real gripe that I had with the shoe is that slight heel slippage feeling, which I don't even know what that is because I didn't actually, you know, have any heel slippage. It just kind of feels like it. Maybe it was just so minimal that, you know, it just creates that feeling, that really weird feeling, even though I didn't actually have like any problems with that heel area. But yeah, I mean, you know, everything is good. It's just a little bit pricey, but it's still a solid performer. If you all wanted to pick up a pair of these, I'll leave a link for you down in the description box below. But yeah, I mean, you know, it's kind of sad that we can't see Kawhi actually play in these shoes, at least, you know, this season because Clippers got knocked out and he's injured. But yeah, I mean, yeah, Kawhi 4, overall, solid performer. If you all pick up a pair, I don't think you'll be disappointed. But that's pretty much it for this performance review. If you all like this video, please hit that subscribe button down below and also hit that thumbs up button for me and leave a comment. It really does help me out. While you all are at it, check out these videos over here, and that's pretty much it. Until next time, peace.